You think you know the cruise dress code, but I guarantee there are at least 3 things you re-wearing that could quietly get you turned away, embarrassed, or side-eyed by the crew. Cruise lines have unspoken rules no one tells you about, and I've seen people escorted out of dining rooms for outfits they swore were fine. From forbidden prints to the secret rule about shorts, today we're breaking down the real cruise dress code that even frequent cruisers still get wrong. Stick around, because rule number 11 has ruined more vacations than seasickness. Number 1. The 2 forbidden prints. Here's a shocker most first-time cruisers never see coming. 2 patterns are quietly forbidden on many cruise itineraries: camouflage and military-style prints. Now, that might sound dramatic, but this one catches people off guard every single week. A woman on an MSC Caribbean sailing learned it the hard way. She stepped off in Barbados wearing camo shorts and was stopped by local security before she even reached her tour bus. Turns out, camouflage clothing is actually illegal in several Caribbean nations, including Barbados, Jamaica, and St. Lucia. You can be fined, detained, or refused entry for wearing it. Even on board, those prints don't go over well. I've seen guests wearing army-style jackets at dinner turned away or quietly told to change into something appropriate. It's not a cruise line trying to be strict. It's about respecting local laws and keeping boarding smooth when you hit port. Most cruisers think the rules stop at the gangway, but the truth is, what you wear on land can affect your experience on board, too. So here's your insider move. Leave anything camouflage or combat-inspired at home. Stick to resort-friendly prints, tropical patterns, nautical stripes, or clean neutrals. They photograph better, keep you comfortable, and guarantee you won't have an awkward security moment mid-vacation. And trust me, this is just the beginning. Number 2. Improper swimwear and cover-up rules. This next mistake happens every single cruise, and it's one that makes the crew cringe instantly. Most passengers think, I'm on vacation, I can wear my swimsuit anywhere. But here's the truth. Swimwear is strictly for the pool deck, nowhere else. I've watched it happen dozens of times. A guest comes straight from the hot tub, bikini tops still dripping, wanders into the buffet for just a quick plate, and boom, a crew member politely stops them at the door. It's awkward, it's embarrassing, and it happens constantly. Cruise lines like Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and NCL all post signs that say no swimwear in dining areas. And they're not kidding. It's not just about appearance, it's hygiene. Wet clothing spreads water and sunscreen residue across seats and counters. Plus, air-conditioned lounges get cold fast when you're half-dressed. This rule also applies to the walk from the pool to your stateroom. Those long, carpeted hallways? Off-limits for soaking wet passengers. Security cameras catch everything. And yes, staff will ask you to towel off or cover up. Pack one lightweight cover-up or quick-dry outfit that you actually like wearing. Think loose linen button-ups, sarongs, or a resort dress that doubles for lunch. Guys, toss on a t-shirt before grabbing food. It's a small fix that saves you from awkward moments and keeps your cruise classy. Number 3. The truth about shorts and jeans at dinner. Here's one of the most confusing dress code rules on any cruise ship. Can you wear shorts or jeans to dinner? Most passengers think, it's vacation, anything goes. But the truth? It depends on the cruise line, the venue, and even the night. I've seen couples on Carnival walk confidently into the dining room wearing denim shorts, only to be politely asked to change before they could sit down. On Royal Caribbean, clean dark jeans are fine, but cutoffs and ripped denim? Absolutely not. And on formal night, even the most relaxed lines enforce higher standards. One cruiser told me she and her husband missed lobster night because their casual Friday outfits didn't make the cut. They ended up eating pizza by the pool while everyone else enjoyed the best meal of the trip. Dining on a cruise isn't just food, it's part of the experience. Servers are in formal uniforms, photographers are snapping portraits, and the atmosphere feels elevated. Dressing too casual can make you stand out in the wrong way, or worse, get turned away altogether. Stick with smart casual. For men, that means chinos or dark jeans with a collared shirt. For women, sundresses, blouses, or flowy pants work perfectly. Skip gym shorts, beachwear, or anything distressed. Number 4. What formal night really means today. Here's where a lot of cruisers get caught off guard. Formal night isn't what it used to be. Most people still picture tuxedos, ball gowns, and red carpets. But the modern cruise dress code? It's evolved, and it depends heavily on your cruise line. I've watched this play out countless times. On a princess cruise, guests arrive dressed like wedding guests. Cocktail dresses, suits, the occasional tuxedo. But on Carnival's cruise elegant night, some passengers wore blazers while others showed up in polos and khakis. Meanwhile, on Royal Caribbean, photographers lined the atrium and families dressed to impress, but not over the top. Formal night today is really elevated evening. It's about effort, not extravagance. You won't get turned away for skipping the tux, but if you show up in flip-flops or shorts, you will stand out, and not in a good way. These are the nights you'll want photos. Cruise lines roll out premium menus. Think lobster, prime rib, and filet. It's your chance to celebrate, and you'll regret not dressing for the moment. Aim for cruise elegant. Men, bring one dress shirt, dark slacks, and optional jacket. Women, think cocktail dress, jumpsuit, or elegant maxi. Avoid sneakers, hats, and beachwear entirely. This isn't about being fancy. It's about fitting the moment. Number 5. Ripped or distressed clothing. This next one catches a lot of stylish cruisers off guard. Ripped or distressed clothing might look trendy, but on a cruise ship, it's a quiet dress code killer. I've seen it happen firsthand. On an MSC voyage, a guest showed up to the main dining room in designer jeans. Perfectly fashionable, but with intentional tears at the knees. The hostess smiled politely, then asked her to please change into appropriate attire. She was stunned. Those jeans cost hundreds of dollars, but on a cruise, price doesn't matter, presentation does. Most cruise lines don't spell it out, but here's the truth. Ripped, frayed, or distressed clothing reads as too casual for public venues, especially at dinner. It sends the wrong signal in an environment built around polished service and family-friendly presentation. Once you're flagged for dress code issues, the staff remembers. It can lead to uncomfortable encounters on other nights, especially if the same team serves you again. Stick with clean, finished fabrics. Dark jeans are fine, as long as they're not torn, frayed, or destroyed. Lightweight chinos or cotton pants work even better. For daytime wear, save the distressed look for ports or beach bars where anything goes. It's an easy fix that instantly upgrades your look and keeps you on the right side of the unspoken rules. Number 6. The bathrobe and pajama debate. This next one sounds funny, until you see it happen in person. Yes, people actually walk around cruise ships in their bathrobes or pajamas. Every cruise, without fail, there's a handful of guests who think it's charming to stroll to the buffet or the coffee bar in ship-issued robes. Maybe they just rolled out of bed or wanted that lazy morning at sea vibe. But here's the thing. On a cruise ship, robes and pajamas are cabin-only attire. I watched this unfold on an NCL sailing. A couple walked into the breakfast buffet wearing white bathrobes, hair messy, slippers on, holding coffee mugs. Crew members smiled politely, but within minutes, a supervisor stepped in and quietly asked them to return to their staterooms. You could see the embarrassment from across the room. Cruise ships are public spaces. Even though it feels relaxed, there's still a code of respect. The dining and common areas are family-friendly environments, and seeing someone in sleepwear just breaks that vacation magic for everyone else. Keep the robe for your balcony, spa, or late-night movie in your cabin. If you want to grab a quick morning coffee or stroll the deck early, throw on a t-shirt, shorts, or a casual cover-up. You'll still look relaxed, without becoming that passenger everyone whispers about later. Number 7. Offensive and profane clothing. This next one is not just about style. It's about respect and actual cruise line policy. Every major cruise company, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, NCL, Princess, you name it, has one very clear rule in their guest conduct policy: no offensive, profane, or politically charged clothing. It sounds obvious, but you'd be shocked how many passengers test that line. I saw it happen last year on a Caribbean cruise. A guy wore a t-shirt with a crude slogan to lunch. Within minutes, a staff member approached him quietly and asked him to change. He laughed it off at first, but later, security followed up and politely reminded him the rule wasn't optional. Even if you're not breaking a law, your shirt can still violate onboard decorum. The crew's job is to maintain a family-friendly environment, and that means removing anything that could make other guests uncomfortable. If you refuse to comply, the cruise line can actually deny service. Or, in rare cases, ask you to disembark at the next port. It's rare, but it's written in the fine print. Pack neutral, cruise-friendly clothes. Funny vacation shirts? Great. Offensive or political ones? Leave them home. You'll blend in better, avoid awkward attention, and show respect for both crew and fellow travelers. Number 8. Wearing baseball caps in dining venues. This next rule is subtle, but it's one of those unspoken cruise etiquette moments that instantly marks you as a first-timer. Here it is. Baseball caps are fine on the pool deck, but not in dining rooms or indoor venues. I watched this happen on a celebrity cruise not long ago. A man walked into the main dining room wearing a crisp Yankees cap. No big deal, right? But as dinner started, you could see the quiet looks from nearby tables. And before dessert, the head waiter approached with a smile and said, "Sir, could you please remove your hat?" It wasn't rude, just polite, but you could see the embarrassment on his face. Cruise dining isn't fast food. It's a semi-formal experience. The waitstaff are dressed to the nines, the lighting is soft, the presentation is elegant. A baseball cap, no matter how nice, breaks that atmosphere. It's a sign of respect, not just to others, but to the dining tradition itself. If you need sun protection or you're covering a bad hair day, keep the hat for breakfast outdoors or for casual poolside lunches. But once you step into a dining room, take it off. ULL blend in with seasoned cruisers, and ULL never get that awkward "sir, your hat" tap again. Number 9. Overpowering cologne or perfume. This next one isn't written in any official rulebook, but it absolutely can ruin your cruise experience and everyone else's around you. I'm talking about overpowering cologne or perfume. Here's the truth. Cruise ships are closed environments. The air inside is recycled through ventilation systems, which means one person's heavy fragrance doesn't just stay with them. It lingers in the air, in elevators, in theaters, even in dining rooms. I'll never forget a show night on a Royal Caribbean ship. A woman walked in wearing a perfume that could have been smelled 3 rows away. Within minutes, several guests started coughing, one quietly moved seats, and staff discreetly offered tissues and water. She wasn't being rude. She just didn't realize how strong it was in a confined space. Cruise ships host thousands of people, including those with allergies, asthma, or scent sensitivities. A strong fragrance can trigger headaches, nausea, or even allergic reactions. It's a comfort issue that quickly becomes a safety one. Go light. One small spray on pulse points is plenty. Stick with clean, fresh scents, or skip perfume entirely for enclosed spaces like theaters and elevators. Remember, on a cruise, subtle is elegant. You'll still smell great, without overwhelming the guests at the next table. Number 10. Essential men's clothing rules. Gentlemen, this one's for you. Because yes, cruise ships do have unspoken dress code rules just for men, and most guys find out the hard way. I've seen it play out hundreds of times. A man shows up to dinner in a sleeveless tank top or sports jersey. Perfectly acceptable at the pool, but not in a restaurant. The host smiles, apologizes, and says, "Sir, we'll have to ask you to change." It's not about being fancy. It's about keeping the dining experience consistent for everyone. Here's what most guys don't realize. Even casual venues have limits. Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and MSC all specify no sleeveless shirts, no swimwear, and no athletic wear during dinner hours. And in specialty restaurants, those standards climb even higher. Collared shirts, long pants, and closed-toe shoes are expected. Ignoring the men's dress code can get you turned away, delay dinner plans, or make your partner feel underdressed by comparison. Cruise lines want the dining rooms to feel like an event, not a beach bar, and when you fit the part, you enjoy it more. Pack smart. One collared shirt, or 2, if you're sailing a week. One pair of slacks or dark jeans. Closed-toe shoes. A casual jacket or long sleeve for cooler nights. That's it. You'll be set for every dinner, every dress code, and every photo. Number 11. The vacation wrecking shoe mistake. This one might look innocent, but it's ruined more cruise vacations than bad weather ever has. I'm talking about the wrong shoes. Every cruise, there's always that passenger who boards in flimsy flip-flops or slick sandals. They look relaxed, ready for the sun, until the first sea day when the deck gets wet. I once saw a woman carrying her ice cream on the Lido deck slip on a wet patch near the pool bar. Down she went, broken wrist, Vacation over on day 2. Most people don't realize cruise decks are extremely slick when wet. Combine that with uneven gangways, marble staircases, or windy top decks, and you've got a recipe for accidents. And here's the kicker. Medical care on board isn't cheap. A simple sprain can mean hundreds of dollars in treatment fees and lost excursion days. You'll walk more than you expect, miles between your cabin, buffet, and shows. Poor footwear equals blisters, back pain, and missed adventures. Bring 3 pairs, it's all you need. Non-slip sandals for the pool deck. Closed-toe walking shoes for excursions. Dress shoes for evening dinners. Skip heels, slick soles, and old flip-flops. Your feet will thank you, and you'll actually enjoy exploring instead of limping through it. Number 12. Why you should hide expensive jewelry in port. This next one isn't about fashion, it's about safety. Most cruisers don't realize that wearing flashy jewelry in port can instantly make them a target. I learned this lesson firsthand while filming in Nassau. A woman stepped off the gangway wearing a thick gold chain and diamond earrings. Within minutes, 2 locals started following her through the straw market. Security noticed, stepped in quietly, and warned her. Jewelry like that screams tourist with money. Cruise ports are usually safe, but they're also busy, crowded, and filled with opportunists looking for easy marks. Expensive watches, gold necklaces, even luxury handbags can attract unwanted attention. And here's the worst part. If something gets stolen in port, the cruise line can't help you recover it. You're in another country, under local jurisdiction. Losing jewelry isn't just emotional. It can delay your return to the ship if police reports are involved. People miss departure times over stuff like this every season. Keep valuables in your cabin safe. When you head ashore, wear simple, inexpensive pieces or none at all. If you want photos, wear costume jewelry or silicone wedding bands that look real but aren't worth stealing. Remember, in port, blending in is your best protection. You'll explore freely, relax confidently, and avoid becoming a story every crew member remembers. Number 13. The number 1 comfort mistake everyone makes. This final one seems harmless, but it's the mistake that makes even seasoned cruisers miserable halfway through their trip. It's simple, not dressing for temperature swings on the ship. Here's the thing. Cruise ships are floating cities, and their air conditioning is no joke. You'll go from sweltering 90-degree pool decks to freezing indoor theaters in minutes. I've seen passengers shivering through shows, wrapping themselves in pool towels because they didn't pack a light jacket. I remember one woman on a Royal Caribbean sailing. She wore a thin sundress to dinner after a hot day in Cozumel. The dining room AC was blasting. By dessert, she'd left early, miserable and cold. The next night, she showed up with a cardigan and laughed. Lesson learned. Getting cold on board isn't just uncomfortable. It can mess with your sleep, cause sore throats, or keep you inside instead of enjoying the deck at night. The same goes for shore excursions. One windy day in port can turn a perfect outing into a chilly regret. Pack layers. A light cardigan, scarf, or pashmina for indoors. A breathable jacket for evenings on deck. Think temperature flexibility, not just warm weather outfits. Cruise pros know, comfort equals confidence. When you're dressed right, you enjoy every part of the ship, from sunrise coffee to midnight dessert. Final thoughts and your cruise tips. So there you have it, the real cruise dress code no one tells you about. From forbidden prints to footwear fails, we've covered every style slip-up that can turn your dream vacation into a cringe-worthy memory. The truth is, cruise fashion isn't about being perfect, it's about being prepared. Every outfit choice says something, and when you dress smart, you blend in with the flow of ship life instead of fighting it. Whether it's skipping the camo, swapping flip-flops for non-slip sandals, or packing that light jacket for cold theaters, these are the little details that separate experienced cruisers from first-timers. And here's the best part. When you're comfortable and confident, you actually enjoy the moments that matter. The dinners, the sunsets, the laughter. That's what cruising's all about. So now, it's your turn. What's the biggest cruise fashion mistake you've ever made or seen on board? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to feature the best ones in a future episode.